You feel safe. You feel relaxed. You feel comfortable. That's the problem. Stay with me, because comfort is quietly destroying your future. Not loudly, not dramatically, not in a way that shocks you. It happens slowly, one easy decision at a time, one delayed effort at a time, one ignored standard at a time. You think you are stable. You think you are maintaining. You think you are conserving energy. But you are decaying. Silently. Comfort reduces stress. It lowers pressure. It removes urgency. It tells your nervous system that everything is fine. Comfort avoids failure. If you do not try, you cannot lose. If you do not stretch, you cannot snap. If you do not risk, you cannot be judged. Comfort protects your ego. It hides your weaknesses. It avoids exposing your limits. It prevents comparison. Comfort delays responsibility. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow. You promise improvement next week. You postpone the hard conversation. It feels peaceful. It feels earned. It feels harmless. You worked hard before. You deserve rest. You deserve ease. That thought feels rational, and that is what makes it dangerous. You stop pushing your limits. You stop testing your capacity. You stop asking more from yourself. You stop learning. You read less. You practice less. You question less. You stop evolving. Your identity freezes. Your skills stagnate. Your hunger fades. You repeat easy patterns. You wake up the same time. You follow the same routine. You aim for the same results. Meanwhile, your competitors grow. They study while you scroll. They train while you rest. They refine while you repeat. Losing does not feel dramatic. It feels normal. You do not notice the gap widening until it is too wide. Growth needs pressure. Muscle requires resistance. Endurance requires strain. Skill requires repetition. Potential requires discomfort. Without friction, you weaken. Without tension, you soften. Without challenge, you shrink. Your body adapts to stress. Your mind adapts to difficulty. Your character adapts to responsibility. But only if you expose it. When you remove pressure, adaptation stops. You remain the same, and the world does not remain the same with you. It moves. It accelerates. It evolves. If you refuse pressure, you fall behind. Comfort says later. Discipline says now. Comfort says relax. Discipline says train. Comfort says you're tired. Discipline says continue. Comfort avoids pain. Discipline chooses it. Comfort seeks approval. Discipline seeks progress. Comfort protects feelings. Discipline builds strength. Comfort needs motivation. Discipline creates momentum. Comfort negotiates. Discipline decides. One builds temporary pleasure. The other builds permanent capability. You cannot serve both. One must dominate your life. Most people fear failure, not the event, the identity shift. Failure threatens how you see yourself. It exposes gaps. It invites judgment. You fear being seen trying and not succeeding, so you avoid trying at full capacity. You measure yourself against average. You settle for minimum requirements. You accept mediocre outcomes. Comfort becomes acceptable. You become addicted to ease. Instant rewards. Fast entertainment, constant stimulation. Your brain adapts to low-effort dopamine. Hard work feels unnatural. Delayed gratification feels unreasonable. Short-term thinking dominates. You choose comfort today. You ignore consequences tomorrow. But consequences do not disappear. They accumulate. Mental resilience is trained. It is not gifted. It is not inherited. You build it by doing hard things daily. You wake up when the alarm rings, not when you feel ready. You train when your body resists. You focus when your mind wanders. You improve one habit at a time. You remove distractions. You control impulses. You reduce excuses. You push when tired, not recklessly, strategically. You learn to distinguish fatigue from avoidance. You practice consistency, even when unseen. especially when unseen. Discipline stops being an action. It becomes identity. You no longer ask, do you feel like it? You ask, who are you becoming? At first, discomfort feels unnatural. Your mind resists it. Your body complains. But repetition changes perception. Discomfort starts to feel normal. Growth feels necessary. Challenge feels expected. Pressure feels empowering. Weakness becomes unacceptable in yourself. You hold a higher standard. You no longer justify stagnation. You no longer romanticize rest. You no longer negotiate with effort. You choose evolution daily. You step into resistance on purpose because you understand something most ignore. Comfort is quiet, so is regret. Your potential is waiting, but you keep choosing easy. You say you want more, but you protect the habits that keep you small. Set a new rule. Seek challenge. Reject stagnation. Pursue resistance. Improve daily. Eliminate unnecessary comfort. Remove habitual avoidance. Remove automatic distraction. Remove passive living. Create voluntary difficulty. Train harder than required. Study beyond expectation. Prepare beyond necessity. Raise your internal standard. Make growth non-negotiable. Do not wait for crisis. Act before pressure forces you. Choose discomfort strategically. Choose it repeatedly. Make it normal. You do not lack potential. You lack exposure to pressure. You do not lack talent. You lack disciplined repetition. Comfort has convinced you that staying the same is safe. It is not. Stagnation feels stable, but it has silent decline. You can continue protecting your ease, or you can protect your future. One requires surrender, the other requires discipline. The decision is yours. Comfort will always invite you back. Lower standards, soft routines, easy days. You must decline the invitation. Every morning, every evening, pressure is not the enemy. It is the sculptor. Resistance is not punishment. It is refinement. Discomfort is not danger. It is direction. Move toward it. Calmly. Deliberately. Without announcement. Choose growth over ease. You underestimate the cost of staying comfortable. You think the price is small. You think it is just one missed workout, one delayed project, one extra hour of distraction. But comfort compounds, just like discipline. Every time you choose ease, you reinforce that identity. You become the person who avoids strain. You become the person who waits. You become the person who hesitates. Identity is built in private decisions, not in public declarations. You do not rise to your goals, you fall to your standards. If your standard is comfort, your ceiling is low. Comfort weakens awareness. You stop auditing your habits. You stop measuring your progress. You stop correcting your flaws because correction feels uncomfortable. Self-honesty is uncomfortable. Admitting you are behind is uncomfortable. So you soften the truth. You say you are doing fine. You say you are in progress. You say you are figuring it out. But deep down, you know when you are coasting. And coasting is slow surrender. Pressure reveals character. Deadlines reveal discipline. Fatigue reveals standards. Stress reveals preparation. If you avoid pressure, you avoid revelation. You never see your real limits. You never discover your real strength. You live beneath your capacity. That is the quiet tragedy, not failure. Underdevelopment. You were built for expansion, mentally, physically, professionally. But expansion requires tension. A muscle grows when torn. A mind grows when challenged. A reputation grows when tested. Comfort keeps everything small. Small goals, small effort, small identity. And small identities create small lives. You say you want confidence. Confidence is earned through repetition under pressure. You say you want respect. Respect follows consistency and competence. You say you want freedom. Freedom is built on discipline. Without discipline, you become a slave to mood. If you only work when motivated, you will rarely work. If you only push when inspired, you will rarely grow. Mood is unstable. Discipline is stable. Comfort feeds mood. Discipline builds structure. Structure creates momentum. Momentum creates transformation. You cannot wait until discomfort disappears. It will not. New levels bring new pressure. Greater goals bring greater strain. The solution is not to remove difficulty. It is to increase your tolerance. To train your nervous system, to operate under stress, to normalize challenge, to expect resistance. The moment discomfort stops scaring you, your growth accelerates. You stop interpreting difficulty as danger. You start interpreting it as progress. That shift changes everything. You no longer panic under pressure. You perform under pressure. You no longer seek escape. You seek solutions. You no longer collapse when things get heavy. You adapt. Adaptation is power, and power belongs to those who endure. Not once, repeatedly. Comfort asks you to stay the same. Growth demands that you evolve. Evolution is not loud. It is disciplined. It is consistent. It is often boring. You do the work again and again. And again. No applause, no recognition, no immediate reward. That is delayed gratification. You plant seeds today that you will not see for months. You invest effort now. That will pay off later. Most people quit in the gap. Between effort and reward, you cannot. You must operate with long vision. Think in years, not days. Think in identity, not emotion. Every action either reinforces weakness or builds strength. Nothing is neutral. Comfort feels like rest, but too much rest becomes rust. You are not meant to stay polished and untouched. You are meant to be sharpened. Sharpening requires friction. Let it refine you, not break you. If you want more from life, you must demand more from yourself. Quietly, consistently, without excuses. Type discipline if you choose evolution over comfort.